Hey guys, today's daily update is again in response to a bunch of questions we've had about a clip that was in our show reel just down here. It's about green screening and incorporating green screen footage into your live action footage, which of course your green screen footage is live action footage, but I'm sure you see my point. There's a shot in the show reel where we're in a forest and we sweep up on a crane shot and there's barely any zombies and it's not particularly scary, and then we rewind and we add a load of zombies in and make it much better. This is a bit of a good example of how there's always a silver lining in indie filmmaking, in that one day we turn up on set and we're rained off, it's absolutely chucking it down, so last minute we get access to a village hall, we set up a green screen, and instead of wasting the day we shoot a load of zombies running against green screen. Later on, actually, in a reshoot, we get a very, very poor turnout in the number of zombies that show up, and as a result get these enormous sweeping crane shots through the trees and 5 zombies in the shot. It's not particularly intimidating, but combine those two things together and somehow you've got the resource to still make it look awesome. So, without further ado, I'll spin you around and I'll show you some of the footage. First of all, here we have, this is the original footage from the day. This is last minute setup. This is a green screen. It's quite a nice screen. It's just, at the moment it's being lit with 3 800-watt lights, so you can see all around this area here you've got hot spots and shadows. Now this is not good, but it is workable, and it's particularly even around here. This is the most important section where the zombies are going to be running forwards and backwards here along the screen. This is 20 feet, this is 20 feet forwards. When we were shooting this, the idea is that we're going to be making loops and run cycles out of these, so we shot as far away from this screen as possible and zoomed in as much as possible using the lens on the camera. The idea is that if you shoot this telephoto, then there will be the minimum difference in size between the zombie stood at the back of the screen and the zombie stood at the front of the screen. If you were to shoot this on a wide-angle lens, it would be virtually impossible, and they'd go out the edge of the frame and they'd be too small to start with. So the idea here is to shoot it as telly as possible when they're running towards the screen. And if I just scrub this through for you, basically this is, you probably can't recognise, but that's actually Eve, that's actually our cinematographer, Eve Hazelton, dressed as a nurse. And this was one of the costumes we had a lot of fun making, because we actually set fire to the nurse's uniform and had blood pouring out of an artery. All down here, and bloody handprints and stuff. Theory, as always, being that zombie infections spread from the hospitals, because that's where people get taken first. So we've got Eve in costume here. Now, you trim the shot down so you've just got the run cycle itself, obviously. And then the first step is to draw a mask. So this is a very loose garbage mat, cutting out everything, cutting out the lights and the floor and the curtains and the other zombies waiting in line. So, bang. Very easy with a static camera. You've got to go over it a couple of times just to make sure that flailing limbs and such aren't going outside the area, but that just makes it a little bit easier. Then what we do is we do a process where you do a very, very rough key, and then expand the key that you've done, so you've got an instant garbage mat here all over the shot. Very, very tight, so we've expanded it deliberately so that you've got a little bit of space just around the edge of the zombie, because at the end of the day it's only that edge. The whole purpose of green screening is just to maintain the edge. Okay, so anything else that's in the shot is totally useless, it's just this very edge that we're looking to keep. So what we do then is from that we pull a key, and that gives us an alpha channel. Now this one needs a little bit of work. You can see just down here on her shin as she's running, her shin has caught a reflection from the green screen, it's turned her shin green and it's been keyed out, so it's that you're looking out for. But that alpha channel tells the original footage what to do. So if it's black, the original footage disappears, if it's white it stays, if it's grey it stays, but it's transparent. So that's the stage all the way through, from beginning all the way through to end. And then what we generate from that, if I can find the right composition, I'm just going to preview it. What we do from there is that we take that keyed zombie and we make a small little card out of them and just play them against transparency, so that what we're left with when it's finished loading, what we're left with is this. Now that is not looping terribly well, and as you can see there are a certain number of problems with it, and you'd never use something like that in a close-up anyway, because, well, if you're keying, even on HD, you don't want to be using it in close-ups unless you're willing to spend hours and hours and hours lighting it correctly. These are just for background zombies. So what we're left with there is a very, very simple procedure which will get us from onset, shooting in a hurry, managing to get 70, 80, 90 elements together, keying them all in a very fast process like this. Not enormously high quality, but easily enough quality once they've been shrunk down and inserted into the background of shots. And then we can go through, and as is the bane of every indie filmmaker, is you've got these big epic sweeping shots and you just haven't got enough people in them to make them look convincing. In our case, zombies. So we've got 2 or 3 shots throughout the movie where we're doing this technique, and we're dragging all these zombies, all in different costumes, all doing different run cycles, and you can literally just place them throughout 3D space like little playing cards, just with animations of zombies running on them. And once you've comped them in, once you've blurred them out, once you've colour corrected them, they look pretty convincing. If you don't believe it, take a look on the showreel and look for the shot of the sweeping crane. So that's what I've been doing today. I'm going to carry on with it now, and we'll give you another update tomorrow.